Okay. Hello, dear enemy. Such an ugly evening. Greetings from the alternate universe. Okay, now let's come back to the land. Hello, dear friends. Good evening. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening. So we have so let's continue with Chinese mythology story. And the very first time we talked about 盘古开天辟地, Pangu opened up the sky. And the second story we talked about 女娲造人. So 女娲, a Chinese goddess, created a human. And today we talk about 伏羲治世. 伏羲 is the name of this god. And I do not know exactly the meaning of these two words, 伏羲. And in Chinese pinyin, Chinese way of pronunciation is Fu, Fu, Xi. And it's quite difficult to write his name with a lot of strokes in this character. And from when I was young, I did not actually hear a lot of story about him, comparing with Chang'e, the moon lady, comparing with Nuwa, the creation goddess, comparing with Pangu, the creation god. And this one, he was very famous, but or very important in Chinese mythology. It's just in my personal uneducated knowledge set. I did not know much about it. So I searched online and listened to the story online and got some story about it. So here, his birth. And in Chinese mythology, it is said his mom was, when his mom was a young lady, her name is Hua Xu, or Hua Xu. The young girl walking on in a spring beautiful day and just play in the ground. And she went to a place, and this place is called Lei Ze. Lei is thunder. Ze is a marsh land, wet land, muddy marsh, wet land. So Lei Ze, you can translate it into summer marsh, or a thunder marsh, or thunder wet land. And that land belongs to Lei Gong. Lei means thunder, right? And Gong means mister, or god of thunder. So his mom, just this young little girl, not too little, can make baby. This young girl was having fun, jumping, running, make some pose, take some selfie. Let me take a selfie in the beautiful marshland. And she was running, and she found a big, huge, humongous, gigantic, enormous, large footstep. So she thought, oh, it's fun. Yeah, looks so fun. It's like a hole in a big valley in the land. So she wanted to to play with it. So she stomped onto the step, the huge step. And as soon as she stepped on this huge step footprint, there was something hot running through her body. And she felt hot, she felt happy. And then, après, a few days later, I think 12 years later, not a few days later, 12 years later, a baby was born. She got pregnant through the footstep of the thunder god, the god of thunder's footprint got her pregnant. This reminds me of the Greek mythology story. The Greek mythology story, there was a king. His name is Acrisius, and he had a daughter. His daughter's name is Danae, and there was a prophecy that said the king Acrisius will not have a son, but he will be killed by his grandson. And so the king Acrisius was very afraid of this prophecy, so he built a high tower, a little bit like Rapunzel's high tower. So he built a high tower and put her beautiful girl Danae inside this tower. And Danae was imprisoned into this beautiful tower. And one day, she was discovered by God Zeus, and Zeus was fairly in love with her, and metamorphosis and changed, or power like a bumblebee to the, is that Power Ranger? Is it the Transformer? And Zeus transformed into a thread of golden sunshine and got Danae pregnant, and Danae had a baby, Perseus. And later on, the prophecy realized that Perseus killed his grandfather Acrisius with discus when they do an Olympic game. So that reminds me of that. Okay, let's come back to Chinese mythology. So the young girl got pregnant by stepping on the footprint of the thunder god and made a baby. And this baby, she gave birth to a baby. And this baby's name is Fuxi, the Chinese god. And this one here, I do not have something connected. And there are saying that Fuxi, this god, a boy, it's a boy. Fuxi and Nuwa are brother sisters. They are brother sisters. And they are also husband and wife. It's kind of strange, right? In the creation time, there was not enough resources, so they are brother and sisters. And Fuxi has a body, face of human, a man's face, and the body is a snake, a python. And Nuwa, the other goddess, the creation, the goddess that created human being was has a female face, a woman face, and also a python snake kind of body, dragon body. So the two of them intertwined together. That was the story of it. And Fuxi has, there was a painting actually, there was a painting about it. And Fuxi, the boy, or the brother, actually had a not protractor, it's 三角板 triangle measurement, triangle board, and triangle board or a measurement board, mostly to do the squares. To do a square, it's a perpendicular square board. It's a little bit like Euclid time, and Euclid has a compass and a square board and a ruler, and he made the elements through. He studied the elements through this very basic tool. And Fuxi, for some reason, had this square ruler in his hand. And Nuwa, the goddess who created the human, has a compass in her hand. And compass is for making circles, right? And Fuxi, the god, the brother, had a square board to make squares, to make land. And in China, we have, before we understand the universe, until Qing dynasty, about 300 years ago, and people still believe that the earth is flat and the earth is a square and the sky is a circle. That was the Chinese believing. And 天圆地方, 天圆, sky is circle, is round. 地方, 地 is earth, earth is square. That was always the Chinese way. Until Kepler found, until Copernicus, until the big discovery found this. Now we know that it was not that case. Well, some people still believe it. Maybe I heard. So that's Fuxi. Fuxi came to this world, and he had a square ruler. And there was something connected to Fuxi. One is Bagua, or I Ching, or the Chinese Tai Chi. It's very much about, I do not know anything about this Bagua. It's one line, two line, two long line, one long line, two short line, and by different computation, combination, permutation, there was different way of arrange these elements, and that was supposed to be the universal truth, which I do not understand. I will not go very far about it. And nowadays in America, when people buy a house, they talk about feng shui and things. It's beyond my knowledge. Yeah. And so one day, Fuxi was by the river of Babylon. So he was by the river or in the ocean, and he found a turtle emerging out of the water, and the turtle back has some some marks. So he used that as his inspiration, enlightenment, and discovered or developed Bagua, the 8 tangram, and also he helped people, or he educated people to start agriculture, to plant things, to train the animals, to start animal husbandry, animal farming. And story goes like this. One day he was in the river, and he looked at a spider, Arachne. Arachne was competing with Athena, and she failed, and she became a spider, right? Arachne was just weaving, and Fuxi, a spider, was weaving and make a beautiful shape of a web. So Fuxi got inspired, so he made the same thing. He made a web and put into the water, and then he used that web to fish fish. So for the big fish, he used large web, a very loose big hole, and for small fish, he used small holes. So that was the starting of fishing. And he taught people to make a fishing net, and people start to fish. And one day he walked with people, and he went to one village or something, and these people had hunter-gatherer, right? And they hunt some different kind of animals, cows, pigs, and chickens, and lambs and sheep. And Fuxi saw they have a sheep, and people want to kill the sheep. And Fuxi said, the god Fuxi said, maybe we can hold on, right? Because we are not starving to death tomorrow. We still have something in our stomach, in our reserve. We can have a couple of more days. And this time we had a good harvest, good hunting result. Maybe we shall not kill it. Let's just raise it. So he taught people, give the sheep food, give the sheep a place to live, and then the sheep start to making baby, and the baby make baby, grandbaby, and the grandbaby make a grandbaby, and the grandbaby make a grandbaby, right? So that's the starting of animal husbandry, right? Domesticate animals. Okay, here there is one thing I want to explain. In Chinese, there is one word, xian. It pronounced xian, Xian, xian. And this word is written with a fish on the left side, with a sheep on the right side. So that was a very beginning of the words, the beginning of word creation. So as you can see, delicious is not vegetable, is not fruit, is fish and sheep. So the word delicious comes from the very early stage of human surviving or human way of life. That is hunting, right? So 鲜, this word. So, for example, if we have a dumpling that is 三鲜, 3 delicacy, 3 delicious things, usually that is egg, meat, shrimp, or maybe champignon, egg, shrimp, 3 things. 鲜, yeah. 新鲜 means very fresh and very delicious and new. So just a bonus knowledge of the Chinese word 鲜. Okay, so he taught people to get fish. He taught people to train, to domesticate animal. And there are times when it is cold, when it's cold and it's dark. He found that he can let me show you. He got 2 pieces of wood and rubbed them together for long time. Then there is a fire get started. So he started to make fire. And all this is for people to live a better life. And in Greek mythology, it was Prometheus that goes to Mount Olympus to steal the fire and give to people, right? And in Chinese, it's this god. He didn't steal it. He did in the right way. He just created and rubbing 2 sticks and make the fire. So human can eat, can do stir fry, can do steam, 煎炒烹炸, can do deep fry, can do baking, can do all kinds of food. So today we just baked some cookies and jack. Oh, it was so very delicious. I have never tried so delicious thing. It's a side talk, okay? It's a side bonus of this. So we went to a local seafood store. It's kind of a direct sale, wholesale seafood store. It's not in supermarket. It's not in some open to public place. That place is still open to public, but nobody knows. It's only the insider. We are insider. Yeah, I know. We are insider. I don't know how my family knows about it, but it might be from friends. We got to know this place and we could go there to buy the most fresh seafood. So we bought some cookies and jack. Very fresh. Still on shell. And we have the shell right now, right here. So this evening. And on the way back home, my family and I, we discuss how we do it. Do it Chinese way, do it the French way. So finally, we actually did it 2 ways. One is the Chinese way. I steam it with some soya sauce. I was thinking I should not use soya sauce, but actually it was good. And this soya sauce is not your soya sauce, it's my soya sauce. So I heat the oil, put ginger, onion, and then put in soya sauce. So the soya sauce has such a strong flavor, such an augmented flavor or improved flavor. So I put just koki senjak with soya sauce and some pepper, steam it. And my family did butter, a piece of butter, and parsley, and blend them together without anything, just butter and parsley and some salt, maybe some pepper, and make it into a kind of a cream or mush, a sticky part, and put on top of it. And both are very, very delicious. Why do I talk about that? Yeah, so we are talking about fire. So fire makes our food more delicious. And there are people who do not eat cooked food. There was a trend that eating everything raw. They have problem. They have problem. People who eat everything raw, they do not deserve to have our ancestors. Anyway, it's your choice. It's a different choice. Anyway, fire make our food so much better. It's a very important step in our human evolution and make us different from other animals. We have gourmet food, we have more healthy food, we have more digestible food, we have more clean food, cleaner food, healthier food. So that's very important. Okay, so that's Fuxi. Fuxi later on with his sister and Nuwa not only made this basic rules, basic method for people to live, and also they see that people become a little bit n'importe quoi. They do this and that. They have too much fun, and so they decided there must be rule to guard our living standard or our moral standard, our way of life. So brother, sister cannot marry within too close family kinship relationship, and man and woman get married. Those kind of rules he made, a certain rules, and also he made music, and he found that he had a piece of rope, silk rope or rope, and by pushing the rope, there is a sound coming out, ding, ding, dong, and knock on a piece of drum or a piece of a wood box, or knock on the tree. There is pattern, music patterns, and music tempos. Yes, so he made music. He built up the rule for society rule, and who is the higher level, who is the lower level, and all this. Anyway, so that's as much as I know about Fuxi, and maybe you have heard about other people talking about this story. And if there is something different from my version, you decide who you want to believe. This is mythology. There are many ways of explaining it. As much as you fall asleep, then it's okay. Okay. Anyway, this is Fuxi's story, and next time. So up to now, the world have some small problem, but not really big problem. The world was created, human are created, lifestyle start to build up, rules start to build up. Yeah, there is a good lifestyle or certain lifestyle, but not yet so complicated. And the rules started to build up, but not yet a lawyer, a plaintiff, suing someone, not yet to that stage. And the world looks pretty good until big trouble comes. 福兮祸之所以，祸兮福之所伏。In any peaceful time, good time, following that is trouble. The trouble is brewing. See you next time. We will work on the troubles. Story of troubles to come. Thank you very, very much. I love you. I really do. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Goo, goo, bye. Bye, 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 bye.